London, famous for its double-decker buses, the Tower Bridge, and its eerie secrets lurking in the shadows. Beneath the charm of cobbled streets and cosy pubs lies a darker side of history that most people never hear about. Today we're uncovering 5 creepy and fascinating facts about London's secret past. Make sure you stick around for the final story. It's by far the most chilling. Let's dive in. Let's start with one of London's busiest places, the Underground. Known affectionately as the Tube, it's the oldest underground railway in the world, but some stations carry more than just passengers. One such station is Farringdon, which has a particularly haunting reputation. Legend tells the story of Anne Naylor, a young apprentice who worked for a milliner in the 18th century. Anne was mistreated, overworked, and ultimately murdered by her cruel employer. Her body was dumped in what's now Farringdon Station's vicinity. For centuries, locals whispered about hearing the cries of a ghostly girl in the area. When the station was built in the 1860s, these stories didn't stop. In fact, they got worse. Numerous passengers and tube staff have reported hearing terrifying screams in the dead of night, echoing down the station's empty tunnels. These screams are so blood-curdling that some workers refuse to do late shifts alone. So, next time you're on the Hammersmith and City line, maybe think twice about waiting too long on the platform at Farringdon. And if you hear a scream, let's hope it's just the brakes on a passing train. Now, let's move above ground to something hiding in plain sight. On Cannon Street, nestled behind a glass case, sits the London Stone. At first glance, it looks like nothing more than a weathered block of limestone. But this mysterious artifact is one of London's most ancient and enigmatic relics. The origins of the London Stone are shrouded in mystery. Some believe it dates back to Roman times, perhaps even forming part of the city's earliest foundations. Others trace it back even further, connecting it to the mythical King Brutus, the legendary founder of Britain. The stone is said to be imbued with mystical powers, and there's an old legend that warns, so long as the stone of Brutus is safe, so will London flourish. Over the centuries, the London Stone has been moved, neglected, and even built over. Yet it still stands, almost forgotten, on Cannon Street. Historians can't agree on its purpose, with theories ranging from it being an ancient boundary marker to a sacred object used in long-lost rituals. What makes it even creepier is the superstition surrounding it. Many believe that if the stone were destroyed or removed, it would bring catastrophic misfortune to London. Coincidence or not, major disruptions like fires and riots have happened soon after the stone was tampered with. So next time you're near Cannon Street, take a moment to stop and look at this unassuming block of stone. Its secrets may never be fully uncovered, but it's a quiet reminder of London's mysterious past. Now for something truly unsettling. London's parks and playgrounds. Imagine children playing, dogs running, or friends picnicking. All perfectly normal, right? But beneath the surface, some of these seemingly peaceful green spaces hide dark secrets. Mass graves from the Black Death. One of the most infamous sites is Charterhouse Square near Farringdon. During the 14th century, when the Black Death swept through Europe, it claimed tens of thousands of lives in London alone. With so many dead, the city struggled to bury them all. Charterhouse Square became one of the many plague pits scattered throughout the city. Estimates suggest up to 50,000 bodies lie buried beneath its grounds. Even today, people report strange sensations when walking through these areas, particularly at night. Stories of ghostly figures, whispers in the wind, and an eerie sense of unease are surprisingly common. Some say it's the restless spirits of those buried without proper rites. And it's not just Charterhouse. Similar plague pits lie beneath places like Green Park and even parts of the Tube network. So next time you're enjoying a peaceful stroll through London, consider what or who might be lying beneath your feet. Most of us know the chilling tale of Sweeney Todd, the demon barber who turned his victims into meat pies. It's a gruesome story that has inspired countless adaptations. But here's the big question: was there any truth behind it? While historians can't confirm the existence of a real Sweeney Todd, there's evidence suggesting the story may have roots in reality. In the 18th and 19th centuries, Fleet Street was a bustling area filled with businesses, and barber shops were common. At the same time, stories began circulating about missing people, often last seen near Fleet Street. Some historians believe the legend may have been inspired by a real-life barber who disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Others think the tale is an exaggeration of the dangers of London during that time, a city rife with crime and poverty. What makes the story even creepier is the connection to Mrs. Lovett's pies. While there's no proof anyone baked humans into pies, it reflects a dark truth. Food safety was non-existent, and poor Londoners often ate meat pies of questionable origin. Whether Sweeney Todd ever existed or not, the tale serves as a reminder of the grisly realities of life in old London. Fleet Street may no longer host barbershops, but it still carries the shadow of this dark legend. Now, for the final and creepiest story, Crossbones Graveyard in Southwark. This site, hidden away near London Bridge, is one of the city's most haunting locations, but it's not just the history that makes it creepy, it's the energy that lingers there today. Dating back to medieval times, Crossbones Graveyard was used as a burial ground for those rejected by society. Prostitutes, known as Winchester geese, were among the first to be buried here. Later, criminals, the poor, and those deemed undesirable were also laid to rest in the same unmarked graves. For centuries, the site was forgotten, buried beneath the growing city. But in the 1990s, workers digging for a new railway line unearthed thousands of skeletons, many showing signs of violence and disease. Today, Crossbones Graveyard is a shrine to the outcasts of London's past. Visitors often leave ribbons, flowers and messages at the gates, but many who visit report unsettling experiences, cold spots, shadowy figures and even whispers when no one is around. The graveyard is also linked to ghost tours and spiritual ceremonies. Some believe the spirits of those buried here are restless, seeking recognition for the lives they lived and the injustice they faced. It's a haunting reminder of the forgotten people who once walked the same streets we do today. That's it for today's dive into London's secret history. Which fact gave you the creeps? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, this city is full of stories waiting to be uncovered, some even darker than these. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We've got even more fascinating tales of history and mystery coming your way. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.